What's up? Good evening. Welcome back. Just went on a run, and oh, it's windy. I'm in this interesting mindset of I have fixed all my software. I have been scaling it up and was running into database query, long running transaction, not transaction, but queries, and getting timeouts. I have fixed the channels page, the videos page, and now the formats page. But I don't, I guess I'm expecting a sense of renewed confidence that I don't really have. And I think, I'm not entirely sure why, but my thought is I've been doing so much debugging and trying things and trying to fix things and whatever else that my I think I don't have a clear picture of what is working and what is not working, you know? With what needs to be fixed. I think it's unknown unknowns, to put it more generally. And I think that is restricting my ability to feel confident. I was trying to look, I was trying to think of a different word than confidence, but I think it's confident in the current solution, basically. So that's what's on my mind. I I think in addition it's like the more that I fix, the more things that come up. That's not linearly true, but more things are coming up. Um, and there needs to be a point at which I unlock it, basically, whitelist or whitelist all of the users who have been using it. And I think that is connecting to the this like wishing for more confidence or the expectation of more confidence. So I don't know. That's what's on my mind right now. Um, it is cold up here. You can kind of see my nose is a little red. Um, it was in the 30s this morning. Frost on basically everything, or yeah, frost. And but by mm, mid afternoon, not early afternoon, and not late afternoon, mid afternoon, perfect temperature. It must have been like 65 with a light breeze. So the other thing that I thought I would share is I think I've chatted about this before, but energy and focus optimization, I suppose. I was asking my group, the guys in the group that I'm in, if anyone legitimately does more than 6 to 7 hours of focused cognitive deep work type of work per day. Because I've heard research that says, and this was a while ago, so I don't remember the specifics, but something about um, the maximum deep work flow type of state of mind of focused effort caps at like 4 hours or so. And I've found that to be true. But when you're in a grind build chapter, I think, or maybe I won't speak generally, but I am trying to squeeze more of the orange juice out of the orange than I would in a more sustainability chapter of my life. And so that's the reason why I'm slowing down and putting everything else on the back burner, basically. And so I've tended to do, at least when I'm up here or like camping the past couple weeks, like four, just over four, it varies a little bit, like 4 to 4.5 hours in the morning, eat lunch, and then somewhere between 2 and 3.5 hours in the afternoon. So it ends up being like 6 to 7 to 8 pushing it hours of like literally focused effort, focused work um, per day. And I was asking because, well, I wanted to, you never know what you don't know what you don't know, that kind of thing. And if there's things that I can tweak to make it go faster or better, or improve the efficiency, then I think it's worth it. And there were some ideas thrown around, little tips and tricks and hacks and things like that. Um, but the point or the question that I had was not how do you focus for 4 hours at a time, and particularly for 3 to 4 hours in the morning when you're, fasted and caffeinated and, phones on do not disturb and et cetera, et cetera. It's the how do you get more hours after 6, 7, 8? Like when it's 2:30, 3:30, 4, brain is fried. You're just like staring at the screen, and decisions are going slower. How do you continue to work? And that's the question that I have. Is it, oh, you got to take more breaks, or um, exercise more, or like time management, or like what? How do you get through that? You know, and I think the best answer was a guy quoted Alex Hormozy and shared his experience, and he said basically sometimes you just have to sit down, work, and just constantly remind yourself that the work just needs doing. And a couple other guys, highlighted that or agreed with that. And I think that is the best answer, and probably the answer that I'm looking for, is not some like, oh, you need to increase your caffeine intake by 23.5 milligrams in the morning, or like, you know, get more sleep or more exercise or whatever. I think it's more of a fundamental mindset shift of shifting your mindset to putting this above all else, basically. And so, with that in mind, um, I thought I worked better today than previously, and I've I'm still debating. I do have some time left, but I think I'm gonna try to get some more like shallow work done during slash after dinner. Um, but at the same time, there's a what I think about is like there's a sustainability game that if you if you go too hard, you might end up burnt out or just doing worse quality work. And so where's that line? I don't think I'm there yet. So to my own, you know, pushing back on my own mindset, like there's room before the ceiling. You don't have to you don't have to arbitrarily limit yourself because of a, you know, sustainability question. Um, but anyway, that's what I'm thinking about. And yeah, it's I all of this is the build grind chapters are very much a new game for me. I have come into this with the perspective and mindset of sustainability. What is the best daily routine that you can do every day, doesn't matter what? What's the best type of work that you feel most interested in that you can continue to show up long term? And with that has come many days where I have a lot more room before hitting the ceiling of that. You know, I'll put in 4 hours of work in the morning and then, you know, do errands in the afternoon or whatever. And it's like, well, you could have worked another 2, 3, 4 hours based on your actual energy, focus, brain capacity, but you just didn't. And so that is what I'm trying to like move the needle back to the other side and not fully. You know, one of the guys was in there um, talking about doing basically 15-hour days for all of October and sacrificing pretty much everything else. And I am just like, my life is not set up for that. And that's partially by design. Um, but I mean, we'll see where it gets me, but working towards it. So, anyway, I'll call it there. Beautiful.